Okay, Dato. So let's be frank. What is your own take on how Further Global has performed since listing in 2012? What has it done right, and what were the challenges?
Okay, let's look at the whole thing in a bigger perspective.
Right.
One thing we need to understand is that when we took over, when this company went for listing, right? Now I keep on saying this in the sort of perspective, that the plantation itself has got old and very old trees, first of all. True. Number two, our plantation is on a marginal land. Remember that. The land bank that were nice and good and everything actually belongs to the settlers. So we did have challenge from day one, and we informed that to our investors before even the listing process started. So what we wanted to do, the three-pronged approach we took. Number one, replanting was very aggressive, right? 15,000 hectares per year, and we are religiously doing that. Number two, we wanted to transform ourselves to become much more focused on what the demand of the customers were, and also to look at the current more commercial way of doing things. So we changed our business model, which was done. Thirdly, we look at all our internal business, say what are we performing, what are we not performing. What are we not performing, let's divest them. What's non-core to us, let's remove them. It was streamlining. The company is new. People tend to forget that. Felda is old. Felda Global Ventures is very, very new. Okay. Now, also we had the impact of the downtrend of the CPO. Right? Unfortunately, it happened just after we went for listing.
So you must have felt that the listing was done at exactly the right time.
Right time, and then the thing went down. Okay, okay, this is something that nobody, no you, no me can control it.
Yeah.
So it affected our share price along the way. But the company is indeed very profitable. We have never failed to give dividend, no matter what we do. The company has the cash, the company has the money, the plantations are in fact profitable. And along the way, we did divest some of the non-core assets. We had the Malaysian cocoa, if you remember. It was not performing, we divested it. Together with a joint venture partner, we had a plant in Cincinnati who was really not performing. We divested it. Right? And there are much more to do now. In fact, in very near future, I'm going to announce another divestment. We have in our plant in Canada. We found a buyer. We're going to also divest it. Right? So all this is part and parcel of us transforming the organization to become lean and mean and more focused to what the demand of the market is. So I do realize that we haven't impacted greatly by the CPO pricing. It's because the way we are structured. We are 75%, in the upstream activities. Even our downstream are based on commodity, RBD oil, RBD palm oil, they are still commodity. We have a very clear plan to move ourselves into also non-commodity area. We already went into manufacturing of vitamin E, which is very good. Today, we are aggressively marketing our consumer products outside of Malaysia. We are already in Philippines, Cambodia, we are already going to Vietnam, and so on. And the market demand is increasing. We just exported our product to Afghanistan, in fact, along the way. You see. So all this is a concerted effort that it will be coming fruit very near future as a whole.
There is a perception amongst shareholders that FGV has been more focused towards these big name acquisitions instead of fixing its operational side. Do you think it's a fair assessment?
I don't think it's a fair assessment because the last 1.5 years, we have changed our entire business model internally.
Right.
You remember that we do not actually trade our own oil. Right? We market oil.
Right.
Just we starting from 2015, we are trading our own oil. Not only our own oil, we are also trading other people's oil. In fact, our FGV trading until today have already traded about 500,000 metric ton of outside oil, I would say. You see? So we are changing the whole thing. Transformation internally has been ongoing the day that I took over the company. Not only on the human capital transformation, but all the streamlining of processes and also the core focus on the business by itself. So now we are much more focused on the cluster that we have along the value chain.
So historically, do you feel that your acquisitions were fairly valued? Because there are a lot of questions about this one. Yeah. So how, in terms of pricing, is it fair to say that FGV doesn't mind paying a premium for these greenfield assets who are expected to yield more in the coming years?
The assets talking about Rajawali assets, I suppose.
Yeah.
Right? The Rajawali asset is not just greenfield. There is a brownfield and a greenfield.
Right.
Okay. I just want to quote you something. when Samdabi took over MBOL, you all know that they paid 88% premium actually.
Yes.
Right? Now, why would a company pay a premium in that much of land bank? 78,000 hectares of land bank. But I'll tell you what is spoken to me by one analyst. It's documented by the way. In fact, as an analyst in KL, the price tag may be on the high side, but it's compensated by the size of the land bank. Now, where are you going to get a land bank this kind of size and hope to pay the same amount of price as you pay 10,000 hectares of land? You won't get it actually.
Right.
You know, if you have that kind of price, you let me know. You won't do. And so they are saying to me, why I'm paying a price 2 times premium the share price. Look, every single plantation company today, pure produce companies, share price is down. We equate a share price and the value of a land bank, you won't get the equation.
Right.
So we evaluated land bank of a particular one as per the asset they have. But one thing also we need to understand, the value that this Rajawali brings to FGV is an access to the Indonesian market. We have never penetrated the Indonesian market at all. Our cooking oil haven't gone to Indonesia at all. 175 million people of population. That feed people forget to see. You see? I've had access to the entire population in Indonesia to supply my cooking oil, my margarines, and all my oil and fats over there. My bakery fats and so on. Where are you going to get the opportunity? Number 2, not only I'm going to go down there to look at my palm oil value chain, I'm also looking at my sugar potential. You cannot basically export refined sugar to Indonesia. You cannot do it.
Right.
Now, you know the premium of sugar in Indonesia is much more higher than Malaysia. See the opportunity that you have by going into a very strong partnership with a known person over there, actually, a known company.
Alright, so have you been in touch with the EPF to address their concerns?
We are going to, not only EPF, but we're going to talking to all of our major shareholders on how would we do this valuation and what is the way forward. We'll be discussing with them on a one-to-one basis, yes.
Alright, so this correspondence is still ongoing?
Ongoing.
Okay. FGV, they would have spent 7 billion, right? So how much has it spent on the operational side, such as towards managing costs and managing operations? Because we're aware of the 7 billion figure, but what about the figures that were dedicated towards fixing the operational side?
Even internally between FGV?
Yeah, internally, yeah.
In fact, in FGV is trying to reduce our operation costs.
Okay.
I've mentioned that to some of my shareholders just by re-engineering my procurement mechanism. Only on one item I've improved 3.5 million ringgit.
Right.
Just what we call is, we look back on how we buy bearings, for example. If we put 3.5 million ringgit, my intention is to in fact improve internal operation on procurement alone, nearly 100 million ringgit very soon.